Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Blind. I'm your host, LisonFaye, and guess I'm going this way. Well, at least he's kind enough to give me a lift.
You can't waltz into Olivier's office through the front door, so I've opened another route. Up we go. Did you know that Abstergo was run by Templars? Oh, yes. Sounds like crackpot stuff, I know. But then again, the moon landing was faked, right? So, anything's possible. Alright. Either you walk through that door, or throw yourself off the terrace. Those are your options.
What a charming personality
Oh, well
you have.
done, kiddo. Find his computer. Make it snappy. We're looking for the shareholders meeting schedule. It's worth a lot of money to us.
Alright. Oh good, more Frogger. Whew. Not happy with that. Yay! Did it. It's Melanie LeMay, Kamaniran, Chloe Lesney, Christopher Darby, Evan Dean. From Olivier Garneau. So we're in 2013. Salut! As most of you know, I'll be attending the Chicago shareholders meeting from the 15th through the 17th, and they'll want to see the progress with the Kenway line. The small amount of data we have already gathered is incredible, and we anticipate even more finds in the near future. The events and people we have seen so far make us confident that the complete experience will be one of the most eye-opening explorations of piracy ever seen. It will take quite a bit of work to scrub the data of objectionable and classified material, but we already have some incredibly promising footage. At the same time, Abstergo Entertainment will soon be announcing a closed beta for our new consumer cloud interface app, sexy name forthcoming. Edward Kenway's virtual pirate experience will be the first complete product on offer and the first of its kind anywhere. An immersive, interactive pirate experience drawn from actual historical data. Internal tests of our consumer cloud app have been encouraging, and we anticipate it will be ready in time for the next holiday season if everything goes according to plan. So this leads us to the broader question: what other experiences would we like to offer? What other historical periods and locations can we explore? Judging by our current rate of data retrieval, our capacity to produce, and our understanding of consumption trends, executives at Abstergo Industries have given me the goal of producing one complete virtual experience per annum. In addition to smaller offerings, as our research allows, this includes books, recordings, films, and any other transmedia offerings. A second related question is this: does Sample 17 contain enough compelling data to sustain our current commitment to it, or should we make a request to Abstergo Industries for additional archive data? Remember that data from Sample 1 provided fruitful enough to create our Liberation product. Cool. It is very likely that research into samples 2 through 16 will bear surprising fruit as well. Thoughts? This is from Melanie regarding possible locations. Hello all, thank you for the opening the discussion, Olivier. Just a brief heads up where we stand now. I've been the Sample 17 project director for just over a year now. My team and I have been able to cobble together a rough list of some of the most interesting time periods available to us through this single genetic sample, remember this is data that has already been fully or partially sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I'll try to be brief. Patrilineal line contains the Italian Renaissance, the Ottoman Empire, the American colonies / war for independence, 19th century New England and American Midwest, matrilineal line, 12th century Holy Land Crusades, 13th century Egypt and North Africa, 14th century Ashikaga shogunate in Japan, 18th century French Revolution, 19th century Napoleonic Wars in Taiwan, 20th century Summer of Love, American Pacific Coast. Obviously, this is just a small sample of potential options. The number of ancestors any one person has is well above 30,000 after just 15 generations, so there could be as many as more surprises waiting for us within sample 17. However, despite sample 17's rich heritage, we should not limit ourselves to this alone. If we have concrete leads elsewhere, for instance, quite a few men from all sides of my family fought in both world wars, and I even have a great-grandfather who fought in the American Civil War, managed to meet President Lincoln a few times too. Going this route is a little more costly and time-consuming, since the data has not already been sequenced, but it could be rewarding in the long run. In short, if anyone has any confirmed connections to interesting historical events, periods, or cities, or know people who do, please share. I will also be reviewing the past 3 decades of samples collected and sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I recently learned that one of the samples, number 2, I believe, participated in the trial of Jeanne d'Arc. There's a nice lead right there, Mel. All good points, Mel. A word of caution, sample 2 comes from the late Dr. Warren Vidic himself, collected at some point in the early 80s when he was a young engineer working at Abstergo Industries. So as tempting as Jeanne d'Arc's experience sounds, I'm not sure Abstergo Industries would be too keen on letting us rummage around Dr. Vidic's DNA. It's just a sensitive topic. For my own part, I'm related to François Xavier Garneau, noted Quebecer historian and poet. Exciting, right? Possible lead? One additional caveat, let's avoid digging into any modern periods, i.e. 20th century, unless we find something incredibly compelling, because as fun as a World War II setting might sound, we do well to avoid any settings with vehicles, cars, motorcycles, helicopters, tanks, etc. Why, you may ask? Because our research has shown that memory imprinting on individuals is actually hampered by the semi-catatonic state most people enter when driving for medium and long periods of time, and this makes data retrieval somewhat more difficult. In short, we don't want to go through the effort of coding extra animus features just for the sake of digging up memories of people driving around in cars. There are other and more efficient ways to experience that. Lovely. Olivier, haha. Quebec City is beautiful, but without pirates, ninjas, or zombies, I'm not sure how well a story about a historian would sell. Also keep in mind, samples 4 and 16 might be off limits too while doing my own research. Last month, I caught wind of some exciting characters buried in these gene samples, but as soon as I started digging, I was told by people far, far above me to stop. Very odd, but not surprising, I suppose. AE has a lot of active military contracts, and I assume these had something to do with that. I didn't push back. As far as my own, if anyone is interested, my great-grandfather was friends with Hemingway and Stein and Satie and Picasso when he lived in Paris in the 1920s. No action-packed adventures there, but historically interesting, just throwing it out there. Chris, is our lunch meeting on-site or off? Let's see. Yes, as much as I love the Lost Generation, I think our first few virtual experiences will need to be a little more action-oriented, so wars and major combat operations are always a good starting point, or any periods of intense conflict, really. As for pirates, ninjas, and zombies, we could easily accommodate the first few, but zombies are a bit, how do you say, ahistorical? Too bad, really. My great-grandfather, for instance, worked alongside Eamon de Valera and Michael Collins for many years during the Irish War for Independence, so it wouldn't be difficult to sequence that small segment of my own genetic memories for our purposes. Olivier, actually, there is a factual basis for zombies, or zombification anyways. Read Hurston's book on Haiti and the strange voodoo practice there. It may not be Hollywood-style zombie magic, but it's creepy nonetheless. In Liberation, Evelyn came into contact with voodoo hogans. If we dug further into that, I wonder what we could find. Her mentor, Agate, was into some weird stuff. To Chloe, offsite, there's a new vegetarian place I want to try. I'll bring the spec sheets. They're already printed. Let's see. From Comma. Sorry to be a dissenter, but couldn't we be using this technology to educate, not placate? I mean, theoretically, we have all of human history to explore, all of our achievements and brightest moments, so it's a little disheartening to hear that we need to focus on wars and conflicts and violence. It's not that I'm against violence per se, it's just that violence isn't terribly interesting in bulk. That's all. There's so much more nuance to life, and I think we could explore that. If so what if we found the memories of someone who worked with Albert Einstein in his patent office, or Charles Darwin on the Beagle, or Marie Curie in France, moments where humans showed their very best potential. Okay, come on. Until oily, humorless university professors start paying us 8-figure fees to research the reification of normative gender signifiers in pre-colonial India, why don't we stick to shit that sells? I'm talking Jack the Ripper in Victorian London. I'm talking about guillotines, Robespierre, and Napoleon Bonaparte and the French Revolution. I'm talking about Billy the Kid and Wyatt Earp in the wild American West. I'm talking about Genghis Khan and the Mongols killing a city of millions in the span of a long summer weekend. Action, blood, adventure, conflict. Because we're not going to earn back 1/10 of the money we have poured into this reliving the memories of the guy who sat next to Einstein as he bit his nails while working out the finer details of general relativity in his head. For fuck's sake, man, this is a business, not a group therapy session. Evan, let's take this offline. Yeah.
You sneaky bastard. A pirate through and through, ain't you? Now, get down to the lobby. There's a courier waiting. Yeah, that's right. I've been planning this for a few hours. Now, wait. The receptionist. Hold on. I'll try something.
No, there's a bonus party. What do you mean? I thought I got rid of all those pictures. They're where?
Oh dear.
As gullible as ever. Now, hurry down to the lobby before I remotely detonate your earpiece.
Jeez.
Don't even think about ratting me out. My tracks are covered. Yours ain't.
You know, if you just said please, I'd probably do it.
Did you like the allongé? I practiced.
I think you pulled it a little too long.
Oh, come on. It's not encrypted code, for God's sakes. It's just a bloody coffee.
You are bad at making coffee.
Oh, hooray! It's our old friend.
Hey there, I just got a call about picking up another transfer.
Oh? You said you were here to see me.
Yes, that is one of the perks. Let's see it. A conference in Chicago, very nice. Thanks for this. We'll be in touch.
Ciao, Rebecca. Text me.
Stuff it, Hastings.
Such lovely people y'all are.
Well done, friend. Very well done. Apologies for my temper tantrum there. You are with the good guys, I promise. We'll keep you safe. Trust me. Go on back to work. We'll be in touch.
I saw them asking you questions.
Yeah.
In a moment.
They confiscated my Animus key, and now my position here is under review.
Are you kidding? That's scary.
Well then. 315. Okay, I'm just testing something real quick. 4, 6, 10. So those first two get multiplied by each other. Everything gets multiplied by each other. Okay. So there's a factor of 5. Actually, do those come out in the same spot? Yeah. There's... and 7. Okay. Now that I've seen that there's a target number to get to, that's a lot easier. I just have to factor the number. And they're small enough. Alright. Oh, good.
Making a mistake last week. Sticking my nose where I shouldn't have.
What happened?
Poking around the servers, I found a small bit of sequence data on Joan of Arc. Minutes after loading it up, security was at my desk.
Is that what happened?
Ah!
I saw them asking you questions.
Yeah. They confiscated my Animus key, and now my position here is under review.
Are you kidding?
Wow. You know, that's what I didn't do. I didn't check to see if there was... What are these? Remember that our relentless, impertinent, hollow drive to achieve anything our forebears did has led to many embarrassments and disasters. Nuclear weapons, superviruses, genetically modified poison food, toxic air, plastic sea wreck, and sea spawn. And the list goes on. You can look it up for yourself on the internet, but all this too has a secret purpose in the end. So if I go here, oh, great, now I've got messages. Due to the recent data leak, new security measures will be instated. Please remember to follow all guidances concerning your communicator cubicle, and as always, honor and respect your NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Okay. Attention, throughout the week, window cleaners will be active outside the building on all floors. Please take extra care to maintain the confidentiality of your research and report any anomalous behavior to security or a manager. This is why you have blinds. A number of colleagues have recently accepted voluntary separation packages or transfers to other subsidiaries of Abstergo Industries. Please wish a warm goodbye to Sari Young, Scout Semester, and Chloe Lesney. Bon voyage. Was it Chloe on that email? Interesting. Okay, there were 3 more. Hey there, I tweaked your communicator a bit. You can now take a peek around the building using security systems cameras. Be sensible with this new power. Party like it's 1984. I was just out for a walk around the atrium, and I gotta ask, have you noticed all the cameras in this place? Why do they need to watch us so closely? We're making games for crying out loud, not weapons or something. What's your take on all this? Ever noticed this weird vibe in this place? I'm serious. It's not all sushi and lattes. I think we had to leave our old office because it was haunted. No, seriously though. Why does a company that's only 2 years old have the resources for an office this size? Not to mention the aquarium elevator. That's some sensible spending right there. Okay.
Poking around the servers, I found a small...
Okay. Do you have anything?
I saw them asking you questions.
Yeah. They confiscated my Animus key, and now my position...
Oh, you're also having the same issue the guy over there is having. Okay. Alright, let's go here.
Didn't get hacked, did you?
Okay. Who? Got a lot of computers I can go see. Alrighty. This way had the most stuff. Okay, there's my sticky note. The machines we made shaped us in turn and took hold of our impulses and our minds, small as they are, gripped us like an iron maiden bleeding us empty. It was our poor understanding of our origins that led us to originate tools we were incapable of understanding or controlling, as if the cotton gin was not enough, and one day our sweaters and undershirts might talk to us, as if this were not enough. Ah, it's Abilene. There we go. Wonderful. One of history's most overlooked leaders, Madeleine de Lisle, freed hundreds of slaves and brought them to sanctuary in a tropical haven whose construction she oversaw personally, but brutally cut down at the peak of her career by Aveline de Grand Prix, the orphan she rescued from a broken home. Madeleine served as Master Templar in the southern colonies from 1764 to 1777. Aha. Yep, I remember that. Any more post-its? Sticky notes? Sticky notes? Right. Gotta remember to use the generic term. Let's see you. Okay. There we go. Subject 17, Phase 1 report. This surveillance video was captured by Erudito or another group is labeled New York, USA, 2012, September 1st. The accompanying chat description was labeled kidnapped. Data transcript level 3. Can someone ask Chase to make sure his men use more professional language going forward? Outgoing transmission, caller ID equals private. Some interference. Yes, sir. Pause. We have him. Reply scrambled. Yes, shoving him in the van as we speak, sir. Target will be delivered on schedule. Transmission ends. Surveillance video labeled Brooklyn. Same day, about 35 minutes later. The poster claimed Abstergo agents have captured an unknown Caucasian male. Victim is in his mid-20s, approximately 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, destination unknown. Wow. This one is labeled Ciampino, Italy. A lot of time later. The poster identified this only as unmarked hangar, but then went on to say Abstergo agents arriving at destination, company-owned jet brought to hangar after landing, victim identified as Desmond Miles. I don't think this has spread too far yet. Location has already been scrubbed, so I think we can dismiss this as ravings of a fanatic. Preliminary analysis. A leaked medical file. We're looking into it. No menstrual disorders for subject 17, though. That must have been a relief to the public to read. Patient has no active complaints, no acute distress, no prior cardiac history. Blood pressure normal, 112/78. Primary blood analysis, no significant traces of chemicals that would lead to neurological disorder. No indication that patient would be prone to neurosis. Unlike previous subjects, patient is psychologically stable. You are cleared to proceed. Dizziness, frequent. Yeah. Missing person poster. Friends of Subject 17 distributed these all over New York. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Alrighty. Nope, not yet, not yet. I've got one more computer that I need to break into here. What is that? That's just me. There we go. Well, random guessing isn't too bad with these. Occasionally I see the path. How many ancestors do you have? How many of their stories are locked away in your genes? And how many of their stories are you willing to share with the rest of us? Welcome to the fascinating world of genetic memory retrieval here at Abstergo Entertainment. We here at Abstergo Entertainment are now poised at the precipice of this exciting new frontier, technology and science that will change the way we view the past and live the future. In the coming year, we will be opening studios all across the world dedicated to a single purpose, collecting and archiving stories locked away in human DNA. And we need your help. We're looking for courageous men and women to donate their genetic materials to our historical research teams and help us remake history. Donate today. Oh, interesting. And those blood vials. So join us, Abstergo Entertainment, where the past is our playground. All right. How? Because it's back here.
Is it?
I'm really hoping I didn't miss one up in sticky note in Gardner's office. All right, 126. So, 9, 2, 7. All right.
I wish I could say this was illegal, but they actually have a legal right to do this.
Really?
Yeah. With the highest levels of security clearance from 17 different countries, Abstergo actually has a legal right to arrest and detain people too. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I see. I accidentally flipped upward. So nothing too interesting this time. Yep, there she is. I'll get to my desk in just a moment. Being that it is well understood that tools, homes, cars, cutlery, pencils, tables, books, chairs, domesticated animals, light bulbs, mobile phones, sex toys, vacation homes, sofa lounge chairs, swimming pools, etc., are indirect byproducts of our genotypic expressions, otherwise known as extended phenotypes, we submit. That's gonna be a mess to read, eventually. Putting them all in order. Okay, oh good. Let me just give myself a little more buffer. And there we go.
Okay, hope this is on. I don't think I've ever used this phone more than a few times to record anything. Hey, Dad. So, we're all here in New York at the motel. It's, Queens, actually, in Astoria, near the NQ. Rebecca's off getting batteries for something.
Huh.
Sean's in his room doing whatever Sean does. And, you're out getting some food. Me? Well, I'm supposed to be getting ready to break into some offices in the financial district. Feels just like prepping for one of your old training drills, actually. 10 years go by, and then you show up, and it's like I was never gone. And we're right back to the ball busting and the conspiracies and the paranoia. Only this time, I believe you. I believe every word. You know, I don't even think you know the half of it. I don't think you know how much I've seen. How much I've learned in just a few weeks. Everything, really. I feel like I've lived 1,000 years, or 10,000 maybe.
Wow.
It's impossible to explain. But when you see that much of the world through the eyes of so many, you can't help but be sad. And to see all these incredible, intelligent people fight the same battles, make the same mistakes over and over again. Because culture and knowledge and history, these things, they aren't passed on through our genes. Every kid on Earth needs to relearn the basics. How to live, how to survive, how to stand up for what's right. So much is lost in the transfer. So much is added every generation. It's a shame. I mean, over and over, everything must be learned again. I met Clay, Dad. Clay Gesmerick, in the Animus. I knew him by his Abstergo handle, Subject 16. My predecessor. And he showed me things. He passed them to me just before he died. Or got deleted or whatever. Everything he'd learned, everything he'd seen. God, how do I talk about this? So, guess you trained him. Huh? After I left, he really looked up to you, and now that I've seen through his eyes, I think I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you had him around, even if I wasn't there. The things he showed me. Unbelievable things. And I never... Shit. All right, I'll back in a second.
Wait. Alright. Cool. So, let's see. There's that. So I feel like he knew he wasn't going to make it. So he started making those. Alright. Nope. Dang it. Ah. Crap. I'm getting impatient. That's my issue. Okay, I should not try to go for that one. There we go. Alright. Just have to be patient with that. Oh, is that Sean? Cananosa, Bargro, and Sao Paulo. Kitty. Okay. I guess that was on Desmond's phone. Alright. Cool. Okay, well, I'm not going to jump back into the Animus right this second. I feel like I got new ones. Because they're glowing. Bennett. There's Mary. As Jim. And then... not sure who that is, actually. Anyways, I'm not going to jump in because I'm certain that will trigger a cutscene. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode. And in the meantime, in between time, take care, have fun, and happy trails.